This is the Godox AD200 Pro Mark II, and it is a huge improvement over the original Godox AD200 Pro. When the original Godox AD200 came out, a lot of photographers took notice, and it's still a light that is very highly recommended today, and for good reason. If you're watching this video and not familiar with the 200, all you need to know is that it's a light that's triple the power of a normal size speed light, yet still around the size of a speed light, and you can modify that light with speed light shaped accessories like MagMod, or use Bowens mount adapters and connect Bowens mount modifiers with the light as well. You can also attach two 200s together to create a 400 watt single source of light. You can also attach a ring flash to the light. You can attach an omnidirectional bare bulb to the light so that you can spread the light more evenly in softboxes. There's also a round head attachment that connects to the light so that you can use magnetic accessories that Godox made for that round head. And basically, it's a light that is very versatile and can be modified to exactly your needs. It's such a popular light that I can guarantee that if you don't own the 200 yourself, you know at least one photographer who does own it. And if you guys are wondering what the light can do, I actually have a photo shoot that I'm going to show you guys at the end of this video so you can see exactly what it's capable of. I have the Godox AD200 Pro Mark II right here in this case, and I'm going to show you exactly what comes with the light in case you guys want to get it yourself. And also after that, I'm going to show you guys the differences between the original 200, the first version of the 200 Pro, and then the 200 Pro Mark II. So here's everything in the case, and I'm going to break down everything you get one by one. You can see that the battery is missing because I already put it inside of the 200. Here is the Godox AD200 Pro Mark II itself, and if you guys are curious about if it's the same light as the Flashpoint Evolv 200 Pro Mark II, it is the same light. Adorama just rebrands the light as their Evolv series. One thing you will notice about the battery is it's the same battery as the original 200 and the 200 Pro, so if you have any of those two lights, then you can use the batteries in those lights with this 200 Pro Mark II. Another thing you might notice is that on the Fresnel head, the speedlight shaped head, you actually have bicolor LED lamps now on the beginning of this light, and it's also available on the bare bulb attachment right here. That lamp is actually adjustable from 10% to 100%, and you can change the color temperature on the lamp from 2800 Kelvin to 6000 Kelvin. And here is the bare bulb that goes into that bare bulb attachment so you can evenly distribute the light in softboxes. It has a bigger knob right here, which you can see, and it also has a brand new knob so that you can tighten any umbrella modifiers or umbrellas on this light stand attachment. And here is the new smaller charger for the 200's battery. If you guys have the original 200, you would know that the battery charger for the 200 and the 200 Pro was a bit bulky. It's a little bit big, but the new one uses USB-C, so you can attach any sort of USB-C chargers that you have with this little attachment to charge the battery on the 200 Pro Mark II or the original 200 and 200 Pro's battery. In a second, I will show you guys the menu and all the different features of the light itself internally. But before I do that, I want to show you guys externally how it looks like differently physically on the outside of the light. One of the biggest improvements that Godox has stated on the new 200 Pro II is that it has a better cooling system. So you can see there's a big vent right there. You can see some vents on the back side of the light right here, the bottom part. And you also see some slightly bigger vents on the side of the light here that's also on the other side. You can also see on the side of the 200 is that they no longer have a power button on the side there, a switch, which I'm actually thankful for because that switch could be easily turned on accident. And what they did instead now to power on the light is you have the test fire button on the front of the light. You can actually hold that button for about 2 seconds and then turn the dial, and then it turns on the light. On the top here is the on-off switch on the original 200, which was very flat, kind of blends in with the side of the light. On the bottom is the 200 Pro's on-off switch, which was easier to grab. But like I said before, on the 200 Pro Mark II now, you don't have that switch anymore, and you now have to power on the light with the test fire button. One thing that did stay the same as the original 200 Pro is the USB-C port on the bottom of the light. You can use this to do any sort of firmware updates. But one thing that changed is here on the side of the light, instead of a sync port and this other attachment on the original 200 Pro, not sure what it is, but on this light here, you have an attachment so that you can connect the Godox PB960, which is a battery pack that allows you to get much more battery life out of the 200 and faster recycle times. So now let me turn on the light. Like I said before, it is now the test fire button. You hold that for about 2 seconds, rotate the dial in the right direction, which is right there, and then you'll see all the different things on the display itself, like the power output, which is going to be right there next to the group, which is now color coded. You also have the channel on the top left there, the battery indicator on the top right, and the flash duration on the bottom. One thing you'll notice when you compare the original 200 to the 200 Pro Mark II is there's fewer buttons because they added those buttons into the menu system, so you don't have the wireless function button anymore or the group channel button. So now let me go into the menu by clicking the menu button, and on the top you'll see that there's a new wireless section, which is going to be where you change the wireless ability to turn on or off. You can change the channel, the group, the ID, and there's a brand new feature on the bottom called wireless sync. When you use the Godox AD200 Pro Mark II with the new Godox X3 transmitter, you have the wireless sync feature on the nano transmitter as well. So all you have to do is is click the wireless sync button on the bottom of the transmitter and also on the bottom of this menu system here in the 200 Pro Mark II. And by doing that, what you're gonna do is connect the light and the transmitter right away. The next thing in the menu is the flash mode section. You can change the light to be in normal mode, or you can put it in color mode, which is gonna improve the color accuracy of the light. This next section is where you can enable slave mode. So you have slave 1, slave 2, or you can turn it off. You can also enable or disable high-speed sync. So I'm gonna turn it on and then turn it off. This next model section is where you can have the lamp on the light to either be continuous or intermittent. Continuous is going to have the lamp on no matter if you're firing the light, and intermittent is going to turn off the lamp whenever you're taking a shot. This next section is where you can turn the beep on or off. You can also finally change the power display of the light in case you prefer solid numbers rather than fractions. You can change it to be 1, and then here when it exits the menu, you can actually see that it's now on power level 3 instead of a fraction. You can also adjust the light to be on standby after a certain amount of time. You can have it turn off after a certain amount of time. You can change the brightness, which is something that is very improved. You can actually see this screen in full bright sunlight, which you couldn't do with the original 200 and the 200 Pro. You can also enable a delay on the light from 0.01 seconds to 30 seconds. There's a mask mode in case you guys are familiar with that. And lastly, you can change the language of the light. You can also reset the light, and you can also just see the device info on the bottom. One thing I forgot to show you guys is the group light indicator on the side of the light where the power used to be. You have the group light indicator on both sides, so it's not just on one side, it's on both sides. And what you're gonna see is right now this color is gonna change because I'm gonna change the group of the light to be from A, which is red, to B, C, and all the other groups that are available on this light. There's 16 colors. Just to quickly recap all the brand new features on the Godox AD200 Pro Mark II, you have the brand new display that's full of contrast and color and easy to see in bright sun. I did a shoot in bright sun today, which you'll see in a second, and it was very easy to see the display. You also have that new RGB group color indicator that gives you 16 colors to choose from, 16 groups to choose from. You also have the improved overheating protection on the 200 Pro Mark II. You have a brand new color mode on the light that gives you improved color accuracy of plus or minus 100 Kelvin. You have a brand new bicolor LED lamp on the light itself that's available on both flash heads. There's a brand new quick USB-C charger that's available for the light that's way better than the bigger, clunkier, old version of the charger. You can now also connect the Godox AD200 Pro Mark II to a Godox PB960. That is the battery pack that gives you faster recycle times and improved battery life. You have the brand new wireless sync feature that allows you to quickly connect the light and the transmitter. And you now also have a wider power output range of 1/1 all the way down 10 steps lower to 512. If you guys enjoyed this review, please give it a like and consider subscribing. I have a lot more content coming soon. And if for some reason I didn't cover something in this video about the 200 Pro Mark II, let me know in the comments below and I'll reply as soon as possible. I really hope you guys enjoy the photos from the photo shoot that I did with this light that you're about to see, because I suffered through it. It was very hot and I was basically dehydrated at the end of it. For now, I'll just say take care guys, and I'll see you in the very next video.